All right, what's up, guys? This is Rikk R Treat, and you are watching the Pumpkin Patch. Today, I have my good friends from Canada, Cent Freakshow, on the other line. What's up, guys? How you doing? Will you introduce yourselves to the viewers?
Hi guys, I'm Steve Morbid.
I'm Nicky Casket. I'm Bilo Von Gacy, and we are the Cent Freakshow.
Hell yeah! I want you guys to know that I'm so stoked to be able to chat with you. I feel like you guys are the either you guys are the Canadian counterparts to the Writhers, or we're the American counterparts. However you want to say that. I feel like we're brother bands, and I'm just stoked to finally get a chance to sit. Well, even from here, sit down with you guys and talk.
Oh yeah, we're so stoked too, man.
It's an honor.
We're honored to be on here.
Thank you. So one of my main question, or one of my first questions is, what was the catalyst for you guys starting Cent Freakshow?
Oh damn, that's a good question right off the bat. I'm gonna
go
go ahead and just throw Nicky under that big yellow bus and let him answer this one here. Man. Well, we all love horror punk, and we just kind of music has kind of helped us out through our lives, and we kind of wanted to help give back to the community, and music has saved us a lot, and maybe we can help save somebody else too. As lame as that sounds, and we get to be crazy. We get to have a good time. We get to be idiots with each other. So it's good release of energy. It's good fun as well, nonetheless. But
okay, hell yeah. So did you guys play in other bands beforehand? Any stories from that?
Yeah, we did. We did play in a band called Misused together here in Calgary as well.
We just switched positions.
Yeah, we pretty much
switched positions, and then stuff actually started working for us. Started clicking after that. So
okay, cool. So then you guys play multiple instruments.
I can literally.
I don't think we play any instruments.
No, I don't think we really do nothing well. Nothing well. Nicky's about the only one that's talented enough to do anything else. talented enough to do that.
I don't know if we want to go that far, but
you don't throw me on drums, it ain't gonna work.
Okay, I see. Well, cool.
We don't kind of pull our place though when it came to that. When it came to the instruments, we just we do seem to be doing what we like to do individually. So.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's really important. I mean, kind of going back to what Bilo had said, like, throw me on a fucking guitar and I wouldn't be able to do it. I could pretend I could, but I wouldn't want to be doing that,
Yeah, damn right.
I get what you mean. So as far as you guys doing the horror punk stuff, what are some of your major influences you can do independently or as a band?
All right, well, let's kick it off
as a band. I mean, I know Mr. Johnny Cash. Big influence. Elvis is that's the old school roots kind of stuff we go to. And then, I mean, you asked as horror punk, right? I think that is kind of what we're doing, is a horror punk Billy type influence. We all have our own individual influences, but I'd say a lot of that classic stuff is a big influence for us as a group. And we make that our own, I'd say.
Okay, and individually, so I like that you brought up Elvis, Johnny Cash. I think it's hard to kind of stick within. So I've interviewed a few other people. I mean, Goolsby, Mike from the Spooky, and they all have that horror punk influence, but they always have the underlying roots of it. So I'm interested to hear some of Nicky. Who are some of your root influences that aren't in the horror punk scene?
That aren't in the horror punk.
Maybe I asked the wrong guy.
Yeah. Probably Elvis. I love Ozzy Osbourne too.
Okay.
I love Ozzy, Prince of Darkness. Motorhead, yes, fucking Motorhead. Yeah. Well, mostly I'm influenced by horror punk, Blitzkid and Misfits are fucking especially Blitzkid, Nimvane, Cancer Slug, Calabrese, they're all kind of packaged into what I kind of go for.
Okay. And then Bilo, so you're playing a stand-up bass.
Oh yeah, man.
And that aside from Stellar Corpses, I don't know very many other bands that consider, well, when Emilio was in the band, he would consider themselves a horror punk band. I don't know if they still do, if they're still trying to do like more of a psychobilly thing, but you guys are definitely a horror punk band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you speak to that a little bit as far as you playing a stand-up bass in a horror punk band?
it's literally, oh man, I've probably fucking, since I was young, I've probably gone through, I don't know, fucking like 15 different instruments trying to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do. And I finally one day I just picked up the upright and I started slapping around. I'm like, fuck, this is right, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of like bands like the Eclecticos, like the Frantic Flintstones, like I'm a big Billy fan, right? So then with Nikki's love for like horror punk and whatnot, I'm just like, okay, well you can play guitar and I can like fucking kind of play this, and he got fucking jacked, so we just started jamming around his shit and whatnot, and it just all of a sudden just started working. We're like, fuck it, let's try this thing, let's go for it. So
okay, so it felt right. I think that's sounds like that's a kind of an underlying factor for you guys as a whole. Just all of it felt right.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, that's rad.
Fuck yeah.
That doesn't happen very often, you know. Like I think those are it's kind of like the musical soulmates sort of thing, you know.
Exactly. A band is a fucking marriage, no matter which way you put it.
Totally. Hell yeah. So moving into some of your music, you guys recently put out Massive Monster Mayhem, which is a fucking awesome record, by the way.
Thank you.
One of my favorite tracks on that album is Run Fatty Run. Can you guys speak a little bit about the influence for that one?
Well, you're looking at him right here. This is the influence right there for Run Fatty Run. I literally started chasing the ice cream truck, and they're like, dude, this is a song right here. Look at this fat kid go. But yeah, I don't know. We just literally we're just fucking around. We love the whole like carnival thing and whatnot. So we're just like, let's make a song that like we can just blatantly rip off, but everyone will fucking like can like drunkenly la 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 and sing along to.
Yeah.
And then literally just a fat kid and ice cream. We're like, that's it. We got it.
That's awesome. It's kind of like well, it's not a shanty, but it's almost like your guys' version of a shanty. You know, you have like you know, so like you said, drunken people can just sing along to it. They don't need to know the words.
Who doesn't know Turkey in the Straw? Like really, everybody knows that song. So
Right. Hell yeah. So recently I noticed that you guys have been doing some acoustic tracks. I've seen like a live video, and I know you guys put out some stuff on Spotify in the acoustic form. What was it like for you transitioning from like this energetic electric? So we're more specifically talking about Sweet Elena, like this energetic electric song to a more melodic, moody, like acoustic version.
It sucked. It sucked so much, man.
Well, it's just like it's 180 from what we're used to, right? Because you know, like we're used to getting like fucking circle pits going and mosh pits and like
rails of
aggressive
cocaine,
shit, you know, like. But you know, it's like it's also really cool because when you slow it down, you can like focus a little bit more on the vocals and like doing kind of cool stuff with the vocals and instrumental that you can't do when we're playing like fucking hyperspeed over here, like. So like, you know, it's kind of cool. It's a cool transition, but it's just like a little bit hard to get used to because, you know, I think we're all kind of really ingrained in the whole punk mentality, right? You know,
it's more like work than having fun playing music. It's more like work to do, but it sounds really, really nice in the end. So you just power through, right? So
Sure. Do you guys anticipate I might be getting ahead of myself as far as questions go, but do you anticipate doing more acoustic tracks, like putting out an EP in acoustic form, or?
Well, actually, now that you said that, man, yes, we're working on an acoustic EP.
Hell yeah.
Right now. And we got one new song on there, and then we got a couple remakes of shit, and then we start our next album in fucking, when is it? End of June, we start tracking drums.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty exciting shit. So we got a lot of shit in the works right now, but trying to keep it, right?
Yeah. Is that going to be another EP, like a smaller round of songs, or it's like a full length?
Well, okay, so full length for us is EP for others. For
that's fair. That's fair.
Like a fucking minute long for us. So I think what time were we banking? I'm putting about 7 songs on the next full length album, if I'm not mistaken. Roughly. So it'll be the longest we've ever done.
Okay, sure.
And we're scheduled to do an actual full length within the next couple of years here. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I love that you guys are in your full face paint, all that shit. Steve, you're the quiet one, so I'm going to ask you this question. Stage presence. Can you talk a little bit about that and why that's kind of a big deal for you guys? I mean, so I ask you because I also have seen a video of you when you guys were playing West Virginia, and you're like, I'm the one with social anxiety here, and so I'm calling you out on it.
Well, I think it goes with the territory too, right? Being a drummer and having social anxiety, I fit right in my spot having social anxiety, right? I let these guys with their big egos feed that ego, right? And I sit back and hide behind my drums. So you're totally right, man. Stage presence is a huge part, and I think, honestly, personally, it was something I always struggle with because I don't have that inherent, frontman stage presence that like you guys do. Naturally, these guys have that, and this has been like a really good experience for me coming out of my shell like that. And I think overall we have a pretty good thing going between the three of us on stage, which I really feed off a lot as well, and I think the crowd does too, for sure.
Just to air some dirty fucking laundry here, but like there are a lot of videos that are taken where Steve looks really mellow and shit like that. But like this motherfucker has done full on strip dancing on stage in front of like a fucking huge, like everyone fucking watching whatnot. He has gotten like buck, like he's a little crazier when the camera's not around.
After a couple beers.
That's funny. You know what's funny? I cannot agree with you any less, because I am a drummer and I got stage presence for days. Yeah. So, but
you should teach them. You should teach them.
You should just fucking join Five Star, man.
I'll get out of here.
But so as far as the makeup goes, I was asked by our guitar player Chewy to ask you guys, how long does it take for you guys to do your makeup?
Oh, 3 hours, man.
2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours.
For me, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's on a good day.
Yeah, 2 hours is pretty much minimum.
More like
for
6
us,
hours
but.
for this guy.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah,
okay.
In reality, 2 to 3 every fucking time, and it's a grind, that's for sure.
That's some commitment, though. That's fucking impressive. I remember in my old band, They Feed at Night, our bass player would do my makeup up, and it would take maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, 45, and that in itself was like, all right, guys, we're gonna go on right now, do my makeup,
Yeah.
So that I commend you guys for that commitment. The next question that he had about that was, do you have any advice for other musicians, namely us, going on tour at some point and doing our makeup?
Oh God, I was gonna mention that was the worst part of the tour, was showing up everywhere like 3 hours early to fucking unload some shit and then put your makeup on and then everything like that. But
just do the best you could do, man, because you're never always gonna have the right amount of time to get everything done.
Leave early. Always always leave early.
There's no time for sleep.
Yeah, always leave early.
What is sleep?
Bring lots of
Sorry, Mom!
Lots of that. That'll keep you going. You start getting really fucking quick with the makeup, but you're shaky. So you're like, shit, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do to make it more enjoyable or more fun. You just got to do it and do the best you can.
Once you're in it, it's all good.
Yeah, totally. And see, I'm stoked because I do, for this band, I'm doing mine, I'm doing theirs, Robert's doing his. And for me, it's just like, all right, cool, real quick, and it looks nice. And then I get to like, all right, guys, I'm going to touch your face right now. Like, my hand's all over you. Like, and it's fun.
There's no way we could do each other's makeup. I don't think that would ever fucking, like, I just don't want to touch these greasy bastards.
Close enough as is.
Right. You have to deal with each other's grease and their smells, often enough.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's exactly what Nikki was gonna say. Like, we'll have to show you guys some more tips and shit when we go on tour together.
I was gonna say, we need to fucking go on tour. We need to make this happen, and we won't stop hounding you until it happens.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you feel like you're the one hounding me, because I was gonna bring it up too, and I was like, fuck, they're gonna get upset because I've been bugging about it.
We'll make
Hell
it
yeah.
happen, man. That'll be a
Yes.
fucking tour.
Yes, we will. So aside from, so you said you guys are working on a new release, studio release, and then an acoustic release. Any other things kind of in the pipeline right now?
Besides you maybe being our new drummer, nothing really.
These aren't solid positions.
Yeah,
They're all interchangeable.
we're all in a very open relationship.
I guess I'm moving to Canada now, guys.
Yeah, buddy. Get snow tires.
So on that note, one thing I did want to say is you guys are from Canada. Period. That was the statement. But I don't know. I mean, here in California, the horror punk scene is a little different from maybe the East Coast, where here it's mainly like more goth centric because death rock came up in LA, and so horror punk in itself, yeah, there's pockets, but it's not big. I wonder what your guys' experience is up there playing in a horror punk scene.
Okay, well, we're from Calgary, Alberta, and pretty much there's a lot of country here.
There's a lot of pop punk.
Then there's EDM, and then there's fucking us. So,
Okay.
It's very small.
It's
cool being kind of unique.
It's almost not so much like when we come to playing when it comes to us playing a show, it's not so much that you get the few like existing horror punk fans that'll come out and that are scattered around and whatnot. But a lot of times what we hear is like, fuck man, like what was that? Like I'm not a punk fan, but like that was awesome. Like I like what you guys did. The Winners, and we're like, that's horror punk, then they'll go home and start listening to some of that shit, and we're like, we just made new horror punk, It's not that groundbreaking the new people. So.
It's a really good way to put it. Like it's definitely way more unknown here than most places, and especially in North America. Like very niche, if you want to say. But the community that exists is
strong,
amazing, and super strong. Some of the best people, honestly.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
But it's nowhere near something like California would be or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. It's hard here, it's from my experience of horror punk as a community here. Like I said, it's a little bit more goth. It's a little bit more of the Billy scene, So when we're based out of San Diego, we're playing more Billy shows than we would be playing horror punk shows. Which they're like triplets: death rock, horror punk, and psychobilly are like the same character, just with a different hat on. But a different haircut,
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. But I think I'm hoping we play a tour here together, but it'd be even cooler if we played on the East Coast together, where it's actually a
dude.
scene,
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah.
But hell yeah. So this set of questions is for Nikki in particular. So I know that you started or working on Necro Freak Records. What was the inspiration for you to do that, and what are your goals for it?
Oh man, inspiration? That's a tough one, man. Like, inspiration, I'm gonna say,
not having to pay someone else to do it.
well, fucking, I don't know, man. Like, it's just another way I find it's like another kind of cool way to, be more involved in the scene, sort of like what you do with the pumpkin patch and everything. It's a little way to get more involved in the horror community, because we got some really good talent here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of my inspiration to kind of just get more involved and into the fucking horror punk community worldwide.
Yeah.
And my goal is to hopefully get up an actual fucking like full blown studio, and like maybe have some fucking bands, work with some bands, get some cool projects on the go and stuff like that, and just help showcase some of their music, because like we got some really good fucking talent now. So I think it'd be kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
We'll see what happens, right? Like that's the dream anyway. That's the dream, but
right. No expectations, just hopes.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's a really good
question.
question.
Yeah, that's a fucking stellar question, man.
It's like I do this for a living, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess speaking of that, was another question I was wondering. What do you guys? I mean, I'm a therapist. That's my day job. What do you guys do? I mean, I know you can't be ghouls all the time. I mean, you can be ghouls all the time, but you can't be it. You can't be made up and all that every day, all day.
Right now, this is all of our jobs.
Wow.
This is our main
True.
focus.
I'm by trade. I'm a welder. Nikki's by trade an electrician, and Steve by trade is kind of a bartender.
Okay.
But right now, we're all kind of since like everything we've just been. Work's been crap right now, so this is technically our full-time thing at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Music shit.
Yeah, because we're all unemployed.
Because why not, right?
Yeah.
What else are we gonna be doing?
Did you say fun employed?
Unemployed. Gonna have a good time with it.
Yeah, love it. That's called that's reframing right there.
That's it.
So this one's a dumb question, but this was also for Nikki from Robert, our singer. He says, Nikki, what goes into your workout? Is Coke involved?
Oh man. Okay.
You don't have to answer that if you do not want to.
No, there may be well, I could actually make out a full workout down. There's just pre-workout protein, and there's no performance enhancers whatsoever. I swear, fingers crossed.
You know what? It's amazing to me that more people don't want to know what Velo's workout regimen is.
that shit definitely involves cocaine.
It takes a lot of work too.
It takes a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, you've never seen someone do so much cocaine and sit on their ass for so long. It's amazing.
Unemployed.
Unemployed, man. Unemployed. That's it. If you're looking for his workout routine, though, he's gonna have to make his own leg workout, though. That's for Nicky doesn't do legs at all. That's.
I do. Don't listen to this fucking guy. Or this guy. Fuck these guys. I quit.
So kind of in the same vein, but this is for all three of you guys. Aside from being fun employed, music and horror, what other hobbies do you guys have?
Damn. That's a good question.
Well, Steve, what do you
Steve, what do you do in your free time?
I'm a huge skier, man, but that's about it. Like honestly, like that's what I grew up doing was skiing, and we got a shit ton of snow up here. So
okay.
What am I gonna do? But honestly, like it's funny you mentioned that because that was my life up until music. I was doing athletics, right? And music came along and kind of filled that void for me that was missing when I stopped, doing sports and stuff heavily. And I think similarly for Bilo too.
Yeah.
Besides like his spare, like what he does on his spare time, sitting on his ass is probably most of the stuff. Same with me, man. I'm not trying to bullshit you. I'm not skiing most of the time. I'm sitting on my ass.
What about you, Nick?
I love working out. That's my fucking. I do that all the time. It keeps me sane. Motorcycles. I fucking love motorcycles. I love driving bikes. Anything with music, man. I love like learning new instruments. Like fucking. I want to learn the bagpipes too and annoy everyone in my fucking neighborhood. That would be great.
Nice.
But yeah, man. Anything with music. Camping is fun too. Getting like living in your own filth for a couple of days, getting drunk behind a fire is like a lot of fun. So.
Okay.
Well, honestly, you kind of nailed a bunch of them for me. Like motorcycles, fucking camping, everything like that. And really, when I'm not doing much, I'm literally just fucking eating, playing video games, and doing drugs. That's my hobby. Besides doing anything, that's pretty much it. So. Yeah. Spiders. I love spiders. I used to breed black widows. So.
And they fucking got loose too, man. They fucking got loose.
Yeah, I made a mistake. They got loose in the house, but they're good now.
Story.
Nice. So basically, aside from I guess I can't stereotype. You guys are very Canadian.
No way.
Fucking yeah.
Oh, fuck off, you hoser.
Oh god. Fucking hosers. Oh god, eh?
Yeah,
we're pretty Canadian.
Hell yeah.
we weren't proud. We weren't proud.
That's great. So this one is what I like to call speed round. I'm gonna give you guys each a chance to answer, but just first thing, top of your head, right? Okay. You got the rules?
Okay. All right.
It'll
be interesting.
Dracula or Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
Why?
I mean, that's not even a question. He's just better. He's just better all fucking around.
I mean, I agree. I
didn't have nightmares. I didn't have nightmares as a child about Dracula. There was no Nosferatu, man.
So what you're saying is you didn't have any sexy Dracula nightmares?
No, I had sexy Nosferatu nightmares. I had wet nightmares.
Freddy or Jason?
Jason. Yeah.
You guys aren't any fun. You agree with everything with each other. There's no fight.
I got that fucker's mask ink on the back of my neck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Jason's my boy.
Hell yeah. What of the series, which is your favorite?
Oh fuck! I'm gonna get crucified for this, but fucking Michael Bay's remake of Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Like he did such a fucking good job. Where what the hell? I forget the dude who plays its name. I met him. He was a fucking sick guy. Yeah, it was like when Jason actually was like running at people, and there was like a scenes with a machete. That was it. I was good sold on that one. I loved it. What about you guys?
Others?
What?
Friday the 13th.
I really love the Freddy versus Jason. I just gotta say, I don't know.
Yeah.
I fucking.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Jason X?
Yeah, I've seen Jason X.
I fucking love that movie so much.
Up in space there? Yeah.
I don't know if I would say it's my favorite.
We're all gonna get crucified
It
for
always
these.
comes up in my head just because it's so fucking out there and silly.
I'm glad that you guys love all the shitty ones.
No, I was gonna say, like, no.
I love that. I love it, man.
Yeah, but Freddy vs. Jason is probably one of my favorites. Also, Jason Lives is pretty badass. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the Michael Bay version. I know I didn't like it in theaters, but I don't know. I think I recently watched that like 6-hour-long documentary on the series, and I have a new respect for it. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll rewatch it.
Fuck yeah, man. You should, dude. It was a good one in my opinion. But I mean, I also liked like what he did with Texas Chainsaw and stuff like that too. It's just
Texas Chainsaw was dope. I really liked the remake he did.
You did great.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like the Friday the 13th. I think I went in forgetting that there was more than just the first like 3, because he meshed in pretty much all of them.
Yeah, like all in one, like his sack head, everything, all the way to his mask. Yeah, it was great. No doubt.
Yeah, totally. This one's out of the realm of horror and into the realm of video games. Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, cool. I'm moving to Canada and I'm joining the band.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Tekken.
I just quit. I could never do Tekken. Tekken was, Street Fighter has always been too fast for me, and Tekken's kind of in the same boat. Like, I like Mortal Kombat because it's slower, but there's stuff going on and it's cool. I always like the lore. I'm a huge MK fan. But I couldn't do Tekken. I've played it, but it's not even like in my top.
Yeah, that's for us.
Yeah, you need like hours worth of grinding to get like one character down. You're like, okay,
this guy's a fucking boss.
I hate playing against this guy.
Yeah,
I get angry. I get fucking angry.
I'm a dick.
Damn. Well, those are the questions that I got for you. You want to swap it over? You guys got any questions for me for my channel?
Oh, Jesus.
When are we getting a new album, man?
Yeah, there you go.
So since it's actually been leaked, or not the album, but since the info has been leaked, I could probably say we have our new EP called In One Gulp. And we are maybe 50% finished with it. We have the instruments. We got the drums, guitar, bass recorded. We're going to go back into the studio in early June to get the accordion and the accessories and the vocals recorded. So,
accordion.
That's so badass. You guys got a fucking accordion. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Fucking badass.
So I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked for everyone to hear it. I'll definitely send the files your guys' way once it happens.
We'll do a video review, man. That'll be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Just so you know, from the last time, it is Writhers.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we suck. Yeah,
No, dude. You guys, literally, fucking everyone gets it wrong.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
a
sense.
badass name.
It's a
though.
badass name, no fucking doubt. Yeah.
I love that shirt too, man. Pink. It looks.
Yeah,
fucking
pink
sick.
shirt. That's wicked.
Thank you.
Fucking
Yeah, that's all Robert. He's the mastermind, you know.
Right
nice,
on.
man. Well, cheers to him
Cheers,
too, man.
Robert.
Fucking
Fuck yeah,
right.
dude.
Hell yeah. Well, well, you guys want to plug your social media?
Yeah, we'll let
Go for
Nicky do it. He's the social media whore.
Just like our Facebook and shit.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
say where they can find us.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, we got YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. There's Cent Freakshow. Facebook, you can find us on Facebook. Instagram, fucking Bandcamp. We got like Spotify, Apple Music. Like you find us anywhere. We're like a fucking disease. So
Cent Freakshow.
we're called COVID-5. That might not be a good one to leave in there, but
Too soon, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're not opening the market up very much. So.
Don't listen to him. He's fired, everybody. We're all good.
God.
But yeah, switch us up and we'll fucking, hopefully we can meet y'all at a show one day and like, hope y'all enjoy the music. It'll be good shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, like I said to all of those watching, I am Rikk R Treat, and this has been 5 Freak Show, and this is the Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on, brother.
Yep. Thank you
Good time.
guys.
Oh,
Thank you.